kocha wa timu ya taifa ya Tanzania Kim Poulsen. Coach, you're welcome.
Asante sana.
What handed you to lose until you lost the game of today?
Let me start and take this opportunity, first of all, to thanks for the government to give us this international friendly match, because I'm always asking for as many international friendly matches as possible, because it's good for our players, it's good to develop them with this kind of international experience. So asante sana to the government for taking this initiative. When we look at the game today, I think in the first half, I enjoyed the first 30 minutes, more or less. I think we tried to do our combination. But then I think in the last 15 minutes of the second half, we started like Uganda was doing a lot, playing with many high, long balls. Second half, I think in first half there was not many chances at all. The biggest chances could expect was coming on a high ball, on a corner, on a header to Uganda. We had one or two, but very few chances. Second half, I think in second half, the first 30 minutes again was not, it was too much. I didn't enjoy the football. I wanted us to play more, but again, we have only had 1 day of training with the players, and it will take time. They gave what they have, so I'm happy with the players' commitment. They have a good attitude, and some of them definitely have a talent. So I would like in the future that we could pick players from all the Premier League clubs, to take 2 players from each of the Premier League club, and when the league is off, to do training with them, because we can see there are some talent there. After around 30 minutes, Uganda scored, and I had a feeling that if there should come a goal, it would come because of a mistake, because there was not really nice passing, and we made rule number 1, don't allow when you are on the back line to get this way around you so you can make the cross in. But these young players, they do this kind of mistake. And I think if we really want to nail it, they got that chance and they put a header in. From that moment, the game opened up and we start to push forward, and we created a same chance like they scored, and Rashid was there to bring it 1-1. But in football, if you don't take your chances, you don't score. We still pushed and we created some big chances that you could hear the atmosphere was there. And then in the last minute, when we pushed everything forward, one player he wanted to make a cross and he passed the wrong way. And when you play international, you make mistake, asante sana, they take an advantage of you. And that's what I have told the player. In the Premier League, you can do mistake, but maybe they don't punish you. If you play international and you make mistake, you will be punished. End of the day, it has been very good to have this game, to see some of the players, and I definitely saw some players which are interesting. He have potential. But one thing is that they have potential. Another thing is to develop this potential. And that's where we need some time to have this player, not for 1 day, but maybe for 2 weeks or whatever, because then we will see the development of these players. And the players are hungry. They want to give it. They are ready. And I can tell you, the player, they wanted very much today to go in and show themselves and also get the result. They didn't get it. As I told them, gentlemen, in football, if you give what you have, you make mistake, we have to accept you make mistake. But when you make mistake, learn from it. Learn from it. For me, it's fine, you make mistake, but next time you have to minimize the number of mistakes, and if we have more time, we can also play much better football than we did in some part of the game today. But lastly, it was a very good game for an opportunity to see players, and this time there was no players from Yanga, Simba, but from all the other Premier League clubs, and I really enjoyed that. That was a good opportunity to see our player performing today.
Swali kwa mwalimu.
So, Coach, it shows the difference between 2 leagues.
Tanzania.
game, so I don't think you can do you can say that. I think maybe if you want to look at it, a number of the players from Uganda, they are playing in a strong under 20 league, and they also have a strong under 17 league. I've been in Uganda several times and seen how they have the regulation for this league. They also have very tough academy regulation. So only the best academy, if they fulfill many criteria, they can get team in. So I think the youth league are more competitive, and that's a point where we have to look at ourselves to say we need to get a strong pipeline with the stronger under 17 and a stronger under 20, at least to have these two. And already next year we are going to play AFCON zonal qualifiers for under 17 and under 20. And we have to start to get that infrastructure, that development pathway from under 15, 17, 20, 23 and up to national team. I think at that point, I will agree with you, Uganda is a little bit ahead of us. That's what we have to focus on, not our league and their league, no.
Swala mwisho.
Very clearly that before the game today, we told the player, whatever you perform, maybe you perform good, but we will still take this opportunity to see a number of players. So we are looking at the player's position, and we are saying Anovari, yes, we want to see him because he was here. We wanted to see Dennis as a winger. We want to see Rashid, Cleophas, and Tariq, and so. So we already before the game, I told the players, look, go in and perform to your best. Maybe you will get one half, maybe you will get 60 minutes, because this is a game where we need. Why should we only use 11 players and only focus on? We have to see more players for the future. So that was the reason behind the technical department under the technical director, because what is important is to get how can you develop? I think there's two areas. One, the coach education program. You more and better develop coaches we have in Tanzania, it will reflect on the player. Because you can either have a coach who is a blind man and he give them training, no improvement. Or you can have a coach who have inside football knowledge and he can do coaching. If he do coaching, you will see the progress. If you look at some other leagues, you see big teams, and when they play small teams, the small teams, they have good coach. If you look in Europe, and these small teams, they were giving the big teams a very, very hard fight because they are coaching very well. And I think our coach education program, we have to put as much energy, financial resources into it, because that is how we can make it better. And the other part, it is that also among the youth national teams, there must be a clear pathway from under 15 and all the way up. So that's my answer to that question.